Assalamu alaikum dear students. So as we have already started electrostatics, in that we had left with only one subtopic, that is 8.6 electrical energy of 2-point charges and of a dipole in an electrostatic field. So in the last or previous video lecture I had already told you regarding the subtopics. Here we are having 5 subtopics, and in the previous video lecture I had explained you and derived an expression for only 2 subtopics, that was a potential energy of a system of 2-point charges. That is, the formula for the same was U is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12. Then B part, that is the potential energy for a system of n point charges, and the formula for the same was U is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught summation of all pairs, that is Qj Qk upon Rjk, where Jk can be any number. So these two subtopic I had already explained you and derived an expression for the same. So today's video lecture we will move further, that is for the C part, that potential energy of a single charge in an external field. So in the previous video lecture we had obtained an expression for potential energy of a system of charges when the source of the electric field, that is charges, and their location were specified. Okay, in this section we determine the potential energy of a charge or charges in an external field, that is vector of E, which is not produced by the given charge or charges whose potential energy we wish to calculate. The external sources could be known, unknown, or unspecified, but what is known is the electric field, that is capital E, or the electrostatics potential, that is capital V, due to the external sources. So here we assume that the external field is not affected by charge Q, because if Q is very small, so the external electric field, that is vector E, and the corresponding external potential, that is V, may vary from point to point. So if V vector R is an external potential at any point P having position vector of R, then by definition work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to point P is equal to V, that is potential. Therefore, the work done in bringing a charge Q from infinity to the given point in the external field is QV. Okay, so this work done is stored in the form of potential energy of the system of charge Q. Therefore, potential energy of a system of a single charge Q at R in an external field is given by PE is equal to QVR, that is charge into potential. So basically potential energy is nothing but charge into potential with vector of R. So label this as equation number 3. So this is all regarding the potential energy of a single charge in an external field. So what will be the potential energy of a single charge in an external field? So the potential energy of a single charge in an external field, it will be equal to QVR. Now next is potential energy of a system of 2 charges in an external field. Okay, we had already done a potential energy of system of 2-point charges, but that was the specified field. Here we are having an external field. So in order to the potential energy of a system of two charges, that is Q1 and Q2, located at R1 and R2 respectively in an external field, we calculate the work done in bringing the charges Q1 from infinity to R1. So from the last equation, that was from equation number 3, in the said process, work done, so equation number 3 was P is equal to QVR. So we can say that the work done will be nothing but Q1V R1, vector of R1, because we are bringing charge Q1 from infinity to R1. So to bring the charge Q2 to R2, the work is done not only against the external field E but also against the field due to Q1, because Q1 is also there. See, an external field E, capital E is there, then Q1 is also there. So we are having two fields. So when we are bring charge Q2 from infinity to the present location R2, so we will have to perform work done against two things, that is against the external field and also against the field due to Q1 created by the charge Q1. So we can say that the work done on Q2 against the external field is nothing but Q2 VR2, and work done on Q2 against the field due to Q1 is nothing but Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R12. This is how 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R12. Yes, so this is what we had rearranged the term. So Q1 is nothing but this thing, where R12 is the distance between Q1 and Q2. So by the principle of superposition for fields, we add up the work done on Q2 against the two fields. Therefore, work done in bringing Q2 to R2, it will be nothing but Q2 V R2 plus Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R12. So this is the work done by bringing Q2 to R2. So this is now the equation 3, from equation 3 and from equation 5. Okay, see, sorry, equation 4, this is equation number 4. So from equation number 4 and equation number 5, potential energy of a system can be total work done in assembling the configuration, that is Q1 V R1 plus Q2 V R2 plus Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R12. So this is what we are going to assemble all the potentials. So this is the actual, all the work done. So this is the actual potential energy. So let's see an application of this formulas. So here we are having two charges particle having equal charge of 3 into 10 raised to of minus 5 coulomb. Each are brought from infinity to a separation of 30 centimeter. Find the increase in electrostatic potential energy during the process. So what we have to do? First of all, we have to see the solution, taking the potential energy, that is PE at infinity to be 0. Okay, so increase in potential is equal to present potential energy. So basically we know that V is equal to Q1 Q2 upon 4 pi epsilon naught R. So here we are having Q1 2-point charges having equal charge of 3 into 10 raised to of minus 5 coulomb each. So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught itself is 9 into 10 raised to of 9 into Q1 Q2 is nothing but given as 3 into 10 raised to of minus 5. So we are having Q1 and Q2 both are same, that's why 3 into 10 raised to of minus 5 whole square is to be taken. Then R itself is 30 centimeter. When we convert it into the meter, so it will be 0.3 meter. So here we have substituted all the value in the in this formula. So after calculating all this thing, we are having 9 into 10 raised to, 9 into 9, that is C, 3 into 10 raised to of minus 5 whole square. So it will be 3 whole is nothing but 9, then 10 raised to 5 minus 5 into 2 is nothing but 10 raised to of minus 10. So 9 into 9 into 10 raised to of 9 already there, then minus 10 is there, then remaining this is nothing but 0.3 is nothing but 3 into 10 raised to of minus 1. So when we do all this calculation, that is 10 raised to 9 minus 10, sorry, into 10 raised to of minus 10. So 9 minus 10 itself is nothing but 10 raised to of minus 1. Then 9 into 9 itself is 81. Then 3 into 10 raised to of minus 1. Then minus 1 is cancelled. Then what is the remaining thing? That is 81 upon 3. So it is what? 27. As it is the, we have to find the potential energy, increase in potential energy, so 27 joule will be the final answer. Then we have left only with the last subtopic of this point, that is 8.6. So that is potential energy of a dipole in an external field. So here consider a dipole with charge Q1 and Q2. Okay, sorry, with the charge negative Q and positive Q. So consider a dipole separated by a finite distance, that is 12, placed in a uniform electric field, that is vector of capital E. It experiences a torque, that is tau, which tends to rotate it. So this is all regarding the diagram. Okay, now as we know that when it will experiences torque, so what it tends to, torque will tends to rotate this dipole. So we will have two forces. Okay, so basically force, see, electric field itself is nothing but force upon force per unit charge. So force is nothing but charge into electric field. So this will be one of the force. And if you observe here, if we have to rotate anything, or if anything is rotating, so there will be two kind of force, one, and this both the forces will be opposite to each other. So as you can see here, this is the positive of QE and it will be the negative of QB. How you know that? Because one is having the negative charge, another is having the positive charge. So that's why these two forces will be opposing each other, and because of this, a thing is rotating. So here torque, basic formula of the torque is nothing but vector of P into vector of E, where vector of P is nothing but dipole moment and vector of E is the electric field intensity or electric field. So as this is the vector form, cross product, so when we take the magnitude of that, so we will have P E sine theta. Now in order to neutralize this torque, let us assume an external torque, that is torque external, is applied, which rotate it in the plane of paper from angle theta 0 to angle theta without angular acceleration and at an infinitesimal angular speed. So work done by the external torque, it will be nothing but W is equal to, with the limit of theta to theta naught, torque external, that is theta in the bracket d theta. We are going to integrate this. Okay, so it will be what? Pe sine theta d theta. Then integration C, angular momentum, dipole moment and electric field, it will be out of the integration because it will be constant. In integration we will have integration of sine theta d theta. So integration of sine theta is nothing but negative of cos theta with the limit of 0 to theta naught. Okay, now next step is what? After applying the integration, we have to apply the limits. Limits is nothing but upper minus lower limit. So instead of theta, so what we will have, PE will be as it is, minus of cos upper limit, that is theta, minus of cos lower limit, that is theta naught. Now minus of cos theta minus will become plus, so plus cos theta naught. So just rearrange this term, that is cos theta naught minus cos theta. So this work done is stored as the potential energy of the system in the position when the dipole makes an angle theta. Fine, with the electric field. The zero potential energy can be chosen as per the convenience. So we can choose u theta naught will be 0. Okay. Now see, this is all regarding the potential energy, that is the total work done, and we know that the total work done itself is nothing but the energy. So finally we can say that u theta minus u theta naught is equal to PE cos theta naught minus cos theta. Now we can choose as per our convenience, one of the value can be 0. So here we have we can choose this u theta naught is 0. Okay, so here we have to consider two cases. So case number 1, if initially the dipole is perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular means what? 90 degree, that is nothing but pi upon 2. So therefore theta naught will be pi upon 2, then u theta is equal to PE, instead of theta naught, what we can write, pi upon 2 minus cos theta will be as it is. Then what will be the remaining thing? See, pi upon 2, that is 90, 180 upon 2, 90, cos 90 itself is 0. So we will have the remaining thing, that is minus of PE cos theta. How this minus? So because this is nothing but minus of cos theta. So 0 minus cos theta. So finally we will have minus of PE cos theta. And if you take the magnitude of, if you take the vector form, so cos theta is nothing but having the dot product. So it will have minus of vector of P dot vector of E. So this is when dipole is perpendicular to the field. Now in the next case, you have to consider that if initially the dipole is parallel to the field, that is theta naught itself is 0. So what you have to do? Theta naught, you have to keep this as 0 minus theta. So it will have P, because cos 0 itself is 1. So 1 minus cos theta. So this is the second case. Now let's see an application for the same. So an electric dipole consists of two opposite charges, each of magnitude 1 microcoulomb, separated by 2 centimeter. The dipole is placed in an external field of 10 raised to 5 Newton per coulomb. So we have to find two things, that is number 1, the maximum torque exerted by the field on the dipole, then number 2, the work the external agent will have to do in turning the dipole through 180 starting from the position theta is equal to 0 degree. So first thing is what we have to find the value of maximum torque, and secondly we have to find the work done. So let's see the solution. For the solution, first of all we have to write data, that is the given part. So here we have been given, that is, as we know that the magnetic dipole itself is nothing but Q into 2L. Magnetic dipole moment is what? Charge into dipole, that is 2L. So Q into 2L, already Q is given, and length is already given, separated by the 2 centimeter, that is 2 into 10 raised to minus 2, and Q is given as 10 raised to 1 microcoulomb, that is micro stand for 10 raised to minus 6. So 1 into 10 raised to minus 6, it can be written as 10 raised to minus 6 only. So this is, if you put the value of Q and 2L, so finally we can have dipole moment as 2 into 10 raised to minus 8 meter. It could not be centimeter, it will be meter. And external field is given as 10 raised to 5 Newton per coulomb. So torque itself is what the formula for the same, the maximum condition. See, maximum is when theta will be at 90 degree, because perpendicular, the torque will be maximum. So PE into sine theta, so PE sine 90 is nothing but 2 into 10 raised to of 8 into 10 raised to of 5, that is E. Now sine theta is nothing but 1. So finally we can have 2 into 10 raised to of minus 3 Newton meter. So this is the maximum torque. Then for the work done, the formula for the same is PE is equal to cos theta 1 minus cos theta 2. So here it is specified that the theta 1 is nothing but 0. Okay, it is given in the question. So starting position is given. So starting position is nothing but Q1. Theta 1. So P is same, that is 2 into 10 raised to of minus 8. Then E is the same, 10 raised to of minus 5. Cos theta, instead of theta 1 we have to write 0 minus cos theta 2. Now theta 2 is 180 degree. So finally we can say that the answer for the same is nothing but 4 into 10 raised to of minus 3 joule. Okay, because initial starting position is given as 0 and turning position of the dipole is given as 180. So you have to consider this is starting is theta 1 and then afterward the turning position will be theta 2. So finally we can have the work done is nothing but 4 into 10 raised to of minus 3 joule. So this is all regarding the potential energy of electrical potential energy of 2-point charges and of a dipole in an electrostatics field. So here I have completed 8.6 subtopic, and after this the remaining part of this chapter, that is the remaining part of the chapter electrostatics, will be continued by Musliha madam. So keep study. Thank you.